Just imagine you lost your job if you're employed, right? Imagine you lost your job and you've got a massive mortgage to pay. You just bought a big house. Maybe you paid a bit more than you should for that house. In fact, a lot more than you should for that house. Your house was revalued by the bank. The bank went, yeah, you paid 5 million. That house is only worth about 2 million. You feel sick to your stomach. Then you lost your job and you can't pay your mortgage. Well, Volkswagen are pretty much saying that's their position. They said the house is on fire. And it is. Well, things are getting very precarious at Volkswagen. Now keep in mind, they don't have a $5 million mortgage on their house. They've got a $186 billion mortgage. Their house is worth less than they paid for it, a lot less. And their EV sales are not going the way they planned. In addition to that, rather than build their own compelling electric car platform, they've given up. They've cancelled the Trinity project and just decided to scrap it in, buy an EV platform from SAIC, SAIC, the Chinese government, and Alibaba. What? I can't believe I just said that, but it's true. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Thank you for tuning in. Now, I just want to make it very clear here. My dad has a Volkswagen Amarok. He's got a Volkswagen Golf. I've got friends with Volkswagen cars. I think they make quite good, nice, quality cars. The software in the EVs, it was pretty bad for a while. They bought a Chinese software company for $2.3 billion and they basically fixed it. So that weird plan worked. But before all that, they fired their CEO, Herbert Diess, who was all in on EVs. He was trying to get the company to go all in on EVs. And now, well, the company is in a bit of strife. That's what they're saying. Publicly, what they're saying is very concerning. It's very alarming. The house is on fire. They're in a time of desperation. Volkswagen says it finds itself in a very difficult position. Its CEO divulged this week during a fiery internal meeting. Costs are getting too high. Thomas Schaefer told his managers that they must freeze spending and look for billions of dollars in savings. Now, at the same time, within the last few months, Volkswagen said they will borrow $200 billion on top of the existing $186 billion they already owe. Another $200 billion to try to get through this disruption that's happening right now. The automotive industry being disrupted by EVs. To credit themselves from being a company that produces 93% internal combustion engine vehicles, only 7% are EVs, to being the opposite to that eventually in 10 or 15 years' time. But how many billion in debt will they be then if they haven't foreclosed, if they haven't basically been foreclosed on, right? Will they have what? I'm sure they'll pay some of it off, you would think. So what will they have? Say 300 billion in debt? I mean, that's a lot of money. That's maybe too much debt for any company, because that would be more debt than any company in the history of the world. The roof is on fire, Schaefer said, before telling all of his managers that we are letting the costs run too high in many areas. He further said that the coming weeks and months will be very tough for the company. Now, this comes after he decided to fire 30% of their electric vehicle staff. I don't know if that's all of them, but that's definitely for the biggest EV production facility. He admitted the fact that there's almost zero demand for some of their EV models. Basically, they shut down the factory for a month that makes EVs. I mean, this is coming at a time when EVs are growing significantly this year. He said to his managers, you need to find small wins. And he said Volkswagen will introduce new performance programs that aim to save the manufacturer as much as 10 billion euros, it's 11.23 billion US dollars at current exchange rates over the next 3 years. The calls come amidst a pretty serious sales slowdown in China. BYD is just saying thank you very much. They took Volkswagen's #1 spot in China, and they're taking a lot of their sales as well. The automaker has been forced to join in a price war with BYD, with Tesla, with many other car manufacturers who predominantly make EVs, And competition in China, the largest auto market in the world, has tightened as domestic automakers' share of car manufacturing continues to increase. Because why? All about 60% of domestic manufacturers make only EVs, and it's 3% for legacy auto companies. However, Volkswagen's Chief Financial Officer, Patrick Andreas Meyer. Now, when I say Volkswagen, I'm talking about the Volkswagen Group here, not just the Volkswagen brand. I'm talking about the entire group here. The financial officer for the entire group suggests that the problems run deeper than that. He said to managers, our vehicle business is unwell. The vehicle business is unwell. This is the finance manager saying the vehicle business is unwell. Volkswagen are, they're screwed. That's understating it. Schaefer attributed the problems to structures and processes that are too complex, too slow, and inflexible. He called on managers' team spirit to inspire them to right the ship. I've got to say, guys, I did call this when they fired Herbert Diess, their CEO. I don't remember anyone else saying that was a terrible idea. A lot of people said that I was wrong. He should have been fired because he was pushing EVs too hard. I said Volkswagen was losing the plot. Well, they just confirmed they've lost the plot.